Imagine reading a book that feels like listening to a record, every page pulsing with rhythm and soul. That's Nile Rodgers' Le Freak. This isn't your typical rock star memoir. Nile's story grooves with honesty and depth, not just the usual rise, fall, redemption arc. Nile Rodgers, the architect behind Chic, the man with the hitmaker guitar. Think Good Times, Le Freak, but his influence goes way beyond that. He produced Bowie's Let's Dance, Madonna's Like a Virgin, Daft Punk's Get Lucky. His fingerprints are everywhere in pop music. What sets Le Freak apart? Nile bears it all: his chaotic, creative childhood, his parents' struggles, and how that shaped his music. He shows how pain and art collide, how struggle becomes the source code for genius. The book moves like a record: quiet verses, explosive choruses, each chapter a new groove. Nile's recall is vivid, you're right there with him, feeling every high and low. It's not just for music nerds, it's a story about life, told with raw, unforgettable honesty. Le Freak is more than a memoir, it's a book with a soul. And it's a soul you'll want to know. Nile's early life is unforgettable. Raised by bohemian parents battling addiction, he learned survival and empathy on New York's streets. He shares stories of scoring drugs for his parents, near-fatal overdoses, and brushes with death that sharpened his ambition. The jazz clubs, the village, the Black Panther Party, each experience shaped his music and worldview. New York City isn't just a backdrop, it's a living, breathing character in his story. Nile's classical and jazz training gave him skills, but the streets gave him groove and soul. He learned to read people, to find the universal need for joy and escape. That's why Good Times resonates. It's music born from real life. His empathy is the secret ingredient in every hit. Then comes Chic Nile and Bernard Edwards, a legendary partnership. Their music was elegance and escaped the soundtrack to Studio 54's wildest nights. Nile breaks down their creative process, showing how they built songs that felt like exclusive parties. But behind the glamour was struggle, racism, rejection, and the infamous Studio 54 snub that inspired Le Freak. The Disco Sucks movement hit hard, fueled by backlash and prejudice, turning disco into a target. Nile describes the pain of watching their genre and their careers crash overnight. Disco Demolition Night marked the end of an era suddenly. Chic was out. Phones stopped ringing. The fallout strained Nile and Bernard's partnership, a cautionary tale about fame's fickleness. Yet, even in defeat, Nile's resilience shines through. The disco inferno burned out, but Nile Rodgers was just getting started. His story is about survival, reinvention, and never losing the groove. Chic's legacy, unstoppable. With disco dead, Nile reinvented himself as a producer, and changed pop forever. He brought Chic's sophistication to Bowie's Let's Dance, transforming a folk demo into a dance anthem. Nile's genius was hearing what others couldn't, turning raw ideas into global hits. Producing Madonna's Like a Virgin, he saw her star power and helped shape her iconic sound. He became the secret weapon for Duran Duran, INXS, and more, the Midas touch behind countless classics. But success came with darkness, addiction, excess, and a near-fatal wake-up call. Nile's recovery is as inspiring as his music, proof that determination can save a life. His second act wasn't just about hits, it was about survival and transformation. Nile's story is a masterclass in reinvention. The groove never left him. By the end of Le Freak, you've witnessed Nile's epic journey through chaos, triumph, addiction, and even cancer. The call from Daft Punk for Get Lucky is the perfect full-circle moment decades after disco. Nile's groove is still unstoppable. Le Freak isn't just a memoir, it's a manual on resilience, turning pain into art and setbacks into comebacks. Nile's optimism and passion for music are infectious. He's still a fan at heart, geeking out over every chord. This isn't a jaded rock star, it's a lifelong music lover sharing his soul. If you love music, you need to read this book. It'll change how you hear pop and how you face your own challenges. Nile's story is about family, identity, struggle, and triumph, all set to an unforgettable soundtrack. What's your favorite Nile Rodgers story? Drop a comment below and let's talk about the hitmaker. Keep the groove going.